Hi, welcome back to my channel, period. Now, if you know me, if you follow me and you've kind of heard me say this or seen me post this before, New Year for me usually starts in February for various reasons. Two of them being that, one, I don't know, for some reason January doesn't always sit right with me. Like, I don't think January should be the first of the month. I think January should be in the middle. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know, for some reason I don't feel the most alive in January. But this year was different because obviously I was in my home country, Nigeria, and I was in Lagos, you know, for a bit of January. So I had, you know, that period of the month was good. It was really fun. It was not like, you know, every other year, or it wasn't like January in every other year. So that is the only exception. The second reason being because obviously I'm born in February, so everything just lights up. You know, the second February 1st hits, I feel the most energetic, I feel the most fun, I feel the most motivated. I don't know, really and truly. I'm just going to blame it on the fact that it's my birthday month. So yeah, that's the reason for that. So my year, usually I give myself grace through January, and I'm like, okay, February is when I start to be my most authentic self, content wise and real life wise. So I hope I didn't ramble too much, but yes, I'm excited to be back on YouTube, sharing with you guys, hearing from you guys, and just expressing myself as well through this platform. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this video. This is like a little, when I haven't been back in a long time, I like to do like a little bit of like a catch up. So without making it a full video, I just wanted to kind of give you guys the tea on that. So without further ado, guys, let's get into today's video. Okay, okay, you guys, this is the 2023 reunion.
No, there's only 4 people in here. Like,
okay, this is like the. But it's still nice. It's still nice. This is like the what?
link up.
The link up. This is the link up. May our reunion not be this small. Okay, guys. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing how my trip to Lagos, Nigeria went. First of all, for context, this trip to Lagos is the first trip I'm taking since I landed in Canada. So I landed in Canada 2015, I believe, like September of 2015, I believe. So since I landed, I haven't left the country to go to Lagos, Nigeria. So this was the first time in I think about 8 years that I got to go home and see family and seeing people that I haven't seen in a decade. Like, it was crazy. It was actually really crazy. So this was definitely the trip of a lifetime for me. I felt so blessed. I felt so just happy, fulfilled. As soon as I landed, I just started crying. Like, even from the plane, as soon as I saw the difference in the cloud and just the air, I felt the difference in the air. I just started crying. I'm like, I'm home. I'm actually home. So I'm just gonna be sharing with you guys how my trip to Lagos, Nigeria went. So first things first, let's talk about expectations, like what I expected from this trip. Number one, I expected my parents to be very, very protective of me, aka not letting me go out anywhere, just because of the situation of things back home. If you know, you know. I don't want to disclose too much and then give off the wrong vibe, but if you know, you know. But I expected my parents to definitely be very overprotective of me, which to some extent they were. The second thing, after like just hearing a lot about how the country has changed, prices have gone up, things are different now, I honestly expected to see, I don't even know, from the last thing I remember, I just expected to see a brand new space, like a lot of, I don't know, renovations, constructions and things like that. I didn't really see as much as I expected to see. Like, things pretty much obviously aren't the same, but they looked fairly the same to me. Like, I could still navigate my way around. I could still remember certain places, like how to get to certain places, what certain places look like. Obviously it took me, you know, driving around and going to places to get to get familiar with things again. But I think the first time, like, I drove around my estate, I could remember, or I remembered how, you know, things were, how to get to where, like the market that my mom and I used to go and shop and things like that. So there wasn't a lot of changes, but there were definitely changes there. So that one definitely I guess fulfilled my expectation in that area. I remember even before, like when I was telling my friends that I was going, I remember one of my male friends just talking to me about how the air is going to smell different. You know, it's just like as soon as you land, you're just going to feel like, okay, yeah, something is different. This is Lagos, this is not Canada. And the second I landed, I was actually expecting to smell something very different, just like a different, I don't know, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, just like the different air. I wanted to feel it and smell it. I don't know if I sound too somehow, but I just, you know, the way it was talked about, I was like, okay, I like mentally was preparing myself to smell differently, if that makes sense. But when I touched down, it was actually not that serious. It wasn't as hot as people pinned it out to be, because a lot of people have said, like, as soon as you get to the airport, it's like you're instantly hot. That wasn't the case for me. But then again, I landed around 7 p.m. at night, so I think, you know, definitely at night the air gets cooler and everything, and the temperature gets cooler at night. So that might have, you know, been the reason for it not being as hot. But I know that people definitely have spoken about how, you know, as soon as you land, it's like you're sweating immediately. I expected to feel that, I didn't, but then again, cooler temperatures at night, so that wasn't the case for me. And the air that my friend talked about, I was like, I haven't smelled this air, like, what is happening? But the thing is, as soon as the plane was getting ready to land, I did notice the change in the air and the environment. Obviously it looks different, like, obviously, but it's just like that change, that first thing that was the first thing I noticed anyway. And I don't know, it just made me start crying. I was literally crying on the plane. I was just hoping that the guy sitting next to me wasn't looking at me like, what is wrong with this girl? I was literally fighting back tears. I don't know, it was just a surreal feeling for me to just be back home after so long. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, those were definitely the expectations that I had. I'm grateful to God that I also felt safe, and, you know, everything went well from my airport pickup till the time that I got home. Grateful to God, because it's only God. Another thing I'm actually grateful for is technology, because it didn't even feel like, when I saw my parents, it didn't feel like I haven't seen them in years, like I haven't physically seen them in years. Another part that made me cry, like, literally when I saw my parents at 2 different times. So I saw my mom and I said bawling. I said bawling, and then I saw my dad and I said bawling again. But it didn't really feel like I hadn't seen them in so long, because obviously there's technology, like you video chats frequently, so seeing them, it was just like, wow, like I actually haven't seen these guys in a long time. So that was crazy for me, seeing my brother, my baby brother, who is so not a baby anymore. That's crazy to me, because why did anyone tell me that your junior siblings grow up? Like, why? Like, nobody prepared me for that. Nobody prepared me for the growth that my baby brother has experienced. Like, he's not my baby anymore. He's still my baby boy. He's just like, he's a grown man. He is a grown man. And to add insult to injury, he is taller than me, like twice my height at this point. It was great seeing him as well, and just reconnecting with family, reconnecting with friends. It was such a good trip. It was such a much needed trip for sure. I really needed to get away from winter, like this depressing Now, another big moment that I want to talk about was the fact that I got to attend the wedding of both of my friends. I don't know, I've been bragging about this since, but ever since I was young and I used to go to weddings with my mom, I haven't really been to a wedding where I know the groom and the bride. So for me, and this wedding I'm talking about is the wedding of Brandy, or some people know her as Oyade, and Olowo Olumide. I went to high school in Nigeria with the groom, and then I did grade 12 in Canada with the bride. So that's how I know both of them. So it's actually so crazy, you know, in this, it's rare. I would say it's rare for like two people like that who are so young, who love Jesus so much, have a good relationship with God, to then come together and get married. Like you don't see that every day, let's be honest. So it was actually a good feeling just to be there to witness that, and it was such a fun wedding. Of course I got to see people from, like, friends from the groom side and then friends from the bride side that I also, you know, went to school with and I'm familiar with as well. And it just felt like, wow, like we're actually growing up to the point where like we're sewing ashrebi to go, like we're actually, like, this is, you know, this is something that you think you'll be doing in your 30s, but like this is, we're in our early 20s and, you know, we're doing things like this. It felt, for me, I love a good wedding. I love a good celebration period, and getting ready for, you know, that wedding was just, it just worked out so well. I planned to go home anyway, but the wedding coming up right along the time that I was gonna go take my trip was just perfect timing. It was literally perfect timing. So I'm glad I got to go for that. It was a good day, honestly. I think that was as soon as I landed. So I landed on the 25th and the wedding was on the 27th. So as soon as when I landed at nighttime, obviously it was like a full day of flying. Then I got home at night time, and then on the 26th I had to go for my fitting for the ashrebi that I wore to the wedding. Now for my non-Nigerian followers, I'm going to obviously give you guys a description of what ashrebi is, ashroki, and the whole gist. I'll leave it for you right on the screen so that you can get familiar with, you know, what I'm talking about. On this trip, one of the things I wanted to do was just go out. It's not even one of the things. The agenda was to be outside pretty much. So, you know, I didn't really, because I know before I actually got to Lagos, someone asked me like, okay, what's your plan, like what's your vibe, like do you have, and knowing me, I'm usually a planner, like I plan everything to the tiniest detail. But for this trip I think I was just going there based on vibes, to be honest, based on pure vibes. Aside my friend's wedding, I didn't really have any other set plan. I think because I focused so much on the wedding that I'm just like, yeah, everything else will come after, like it's fine, I don't need to like hit people up. But it felt so busy for me that I'm like, oh yeah, that's true, I have to actually message people because they have their own lives too. They're not going to, you know, just leave everything just because I'm in Lagos now. So the fact that I had to like message people, like try and plan things, or like let's go out to this, let's do dinner, let's do brunch kind of thing, I totally forgot all of that. So after the wedding, it was just a thing of okay, what next, like what, like I need to be outside basically. So it was really nice to, you know, try out different restaurants. And I'm someone who, whenever I'm traveling or whenever I'm planning to travel to somewhere, I plan. I planned for this trip, but I also did plan. I guess I planned in the way that I wasn't supposed to plan, if that makes sense. Okay, I won't say plan anymore, but if I'm thinking of going anywhere, it's not even like I don't even have to be traveling to the place anytime soon, but if it's a destination that I ultimately want to go to eventually, what I do is I start to save recommendations and suggestions of places to go in that area, of like foods to try, tourist attractions, things like that. So when I went on my trip to Mexico, all of the places that I went to were intentional. There wasn't anything spontaneous. Not that I'm not a spontaneous person, but I also like to be intentional about my trips. If I'm paying money to go and see somewhere, I have to go to the best places. So for Lagos, honestly planned to go home for a while now, and you know, for years it hasn't worked out. So I've had things like pile up on my list of places that I wanted to go. So a lot of the restaurants that I went to were saved on my like TikTok, Instagram, and just like places that you see recommendations. And I didn't go to all the places that I planned to go to, but you know, a lot of the places. One of them was Knock by Alara. I've always wanted to go to Knock by Alara. I love the aesthetics that I've seen on Instagram. I love the appearance of the place. So I actually was really excited to go there, and of course to try their overpriced abula. Which honestly, never again. Like never. It's not that serious. It's actually not that serious. Like abula doesn't need to be 9,500. Come on now, stop playing. So Knock was one of the places. The house was another place that I, you know, saved as a recommendation, and it was really beautiful. The whole vibe of the restaurant is literally what the name is, the house. So it's like a house. There are different sections. So like there's the dining area / living room that they've turned into a restaurant vibe, and then they have the bar, which is like, I guess, part of a kitchen setting, and obviously they have like their setting outside as well. And yeah, like I said, the entire restaurant is the vibe, the same theme of a house, an actual house. So when you get there, it's not like restaurants that you go to and it's like written at the entrance or something. Like no, you're actually going through a gate, like you were going to someone's house, which I thought was really cool. So that was another place that I got to go to that I really liked. Lekki Arts and Crafts Market. That one has been on my bucket list for years, and I'm not even joking. It has been on my bucket list for years to go to Lekki Art and Craft Market, period. My experience at Lekki Art and Craft, first of all, finding the place. So I obviously went there with one of my good friends, and obviously like he was driving, because driving in Lagos, that's another story for another day. So getting into Lekki Art and Craft Market, we were definitely confused because it was a tricky place to get to, and we were honestly at the point of giving up because what we were seeing wasn't really giving what I thought it was going to be. So when I see pictures online of you know, Lekki Art and Crafts, I'm seeing like, you know, handmade like fans, handmade handbags out of like woven basket handbags, woven table, what's that thing they call, table mats I think, and like things like creative things like that. So what I was seeing was definitely something, was very different from, you know, the aesthetics and everything. So I was like, okay, I said to my friend, like, are we at the right place, like what's going on? And it took us like a good 20 minutes to actually figure out how to get into the actual Lekki Art and Crafts Market. And it was actually a beautiful place. Definitely, like everywhere else, if you know you're a tourist going into places like that, there's, you know, the tendency for you to be cheated. There's a tendency that prices will go up. You know, for different things. Like it's just like they know their people. It's the same thing I said for Mexico. Like they know their people. They know, even if you're Nigerian, like I am Nigerian, fully Nigerian, and it's like they just knew that I was coming from Canada. It's so crazy because it's like all the prices I was hearing, I'm like, I literally had to switch it up and bring out the Nigerian in me, because I had to switch it up, because there was no way I was going there to be talking like, oh, like how much is this, or you know, I had to real quick actually, especially after the first place I went to. But it was a nice experience. I'm definitely going to go back. There's so many nice things that they have. I feel like the next time I go there, I'll be very intentional, because now I know the things they have, and the prices and things of, you know, and the prices of things. So when I go back, I'll definitely be more intentional. And I feel like if I were to get a house in Nigeria, I would definitely go there to buy like kitchen utensils and like decor stuff for my home. So that was a very good experience, and yeah, hope to be back there soon. Another experience that I got to live was going to my hometown. So for those who don't know, I'm Nigerian and my place of origin is Imo State. I was born in Lagos, but I'm originally from Imo State, Owerri to be precise. I am an Igbo girl. Do I speak Igbo? a little bit, but we're getting there. But I got to go home after years. Let's just say that, after years. I think it's been a decade, to be very honest with you, because even while I was in Lagos before I came to Canada, I think there were about 2 years that I didn't go home. 1 or 2, I'm not too sure. So for me as an Igbo girl, it's basically almost tradition to go home every year, and it's usually during December period, like Christmas period. We go home and we celebrate with our families. And I think there were 2 Christmases that I missed before I came here. If I'm wrong, I apologize. And so I haven't been back home in a while, so I got to go home and see my grandma and stay with her for a little bit. It was just a couple of days I got to stay with her, so it was really beautiful just to, and this is my grandma from my maternal side, so I only got to visit my maternal home and stay with my grandma. And let me just say, my grandma is literally the sweetest person on earth. She spoils me so much. She would say she doesn't spoil me, she would say it's like what she's meant to do as a grandma, but in my opinion, she spoils me a lot. Like, she will feed me and overfeed me. Literally, I think most of the weight I gained was from going to my hometown. I'm not even kidding. I think most of the weight that I gained was definitely from visiting my grandma from my maternal side. There were lots of food. She took care of me. You know, just always made sure that I was comfortable, that I had everything that I needed, that I ate a lot. Oh, I was actually, for the first time ever, I think I was tired of eating. And I'm naturally a foodie, but I just, when you get fed so much, you're just like, okay, I have to stop, because obviously the clothes that I packed weren't fitting anymore, and I didn't have anything else except I wanted to be dressing how I was dressing when I was maybe 10 or 13. Those were the only options I had, so I had to literally, you know, cool it with the food. But it was lovely to see her, and yeah, it just satisfied my like feelings of nostalgia to just, you know, see where I used to come to every December when I was young, and yeah, just go around her compound, reminisce a little bit. Yeah, I took some videos. I think I vlogged. Yeah, I vlogged a little bit at my grandma's house. I'm not sure if I should release the video or not, just because I don't know if anyone cares to see that type of content. If you do, let me know. If not, I don't know, maybe I'll still upload it anyway. My mom said I should just vlog it just in case. But yeah, that was really nice to kind of see, and just go home again and experience that. But yeah, that was really my trip to Nigeria. And then obviously I came back, had a good time, got to see more friends, ate lots more food. Oh god, I'm so happy I ate a lot of the things that I crave, like akara, pap, gala, super bite, oh my goodness, udara, Yoruba people call it agbalumo, just a lot of things. What else was I really craving? Puff puff, oh my goodness. Like, the puff puff they make in Nigeria, I don't know, it's different from the puff puff that in Nigeria makes in Canada. Does that make sense? I don't know what it is, but that's how I feel personally. But yeah, it was really nice just to go home and just feel home, like feel at home, feel just like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. That was my trip to Lagos, Nigeria in a nutshell. I hope I'm not missing out on anything, but if I am, well, it is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me just like filling you in on the things I did, my experience. And yeah, like I said, from February the videos are going to be rolling out. I'm going to actually pray for wisdom to put out the right content and put out content that is quality for you guys to enjoy, and content that I actually, you know, would want to put out, because I really do want to, you know, do this YouTube thing. But it's not easy, let me just put it that way. I think I've said this 100 times, but actually that's the fact, like just the facts. It's not easy. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment. If you did go to Nigeria, for December/January. Just let me know how your experience was. Did you have fun? Did you have a good time? I know I had a good time, so much so that it's gonna be a yearly thing, period. It's going to be a yearly thing by God's grace, but we'll see how it goes. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next video.